Teacher Penny here with VIPKID, and I am a teacher with VIPKID. I've taught with VIPKID for almost 2 years now, and the best thing is that I have helped over almost 400 people get hired with VIPKID. So I have studied the hiring process, and I want to let you know about something new that VIPKID has come up with. And this just came out about mid-April, and it's called the new SMART interview. And this interview is part of the very first steps of being hired by VIPKID. It's very easy, it's very quick, and it can get you through the process faster, get you hired, get you started teaching with VIPKID. So let me explain just a little bit about the new SMART interview and help you through the whole process with that one. First off, if you have not applied for VIPKID yet, please use this link. There's a tiny URL here, makes it a little bit easier for you to find. I'll also have this in the description here on YouTube. This makes you my referral so that I can help you through the process. VIPKID lets me know that you've used my link to apply, and I can coach you all the way through it. If you use my link to become my referral, then I help you through the whole steps, through every step. I help you through this process, and I let you do coaching one-on-one with me or with the other group of referrals. And I also give you access to the VIPKID Boot Camp, which is a part of my website. My website is listed down here, VIPKidTeachersWanted.com. And but if you're my referral, you get access to that website that has in-depth articles and videos and all the way through the entire process to help you through that process. So you only get access to that if you are my referral. So use this link. Now, if you've already applied for VIPKID and you have not used a referral code or a referral link from anyone, you can go into the VIPKID portal, the website, the VIPKID website, click on My Account in the top right corner, and where it says add referral code or add referring teacher, you're going to put in the code 000, Penny 0008. Okay, add the code Penny 0008. That also makes you my referral with that. If you've already used a referral link and someone is not helping you, you can always just apply again and just fill out a whole new application. Just use a new email address and a new phone number, husbands, wives, friends, kids, something like that. Even a Skype phone number or a Google Voice phone number would work as well. Just use a different email address and a different phone number, and you can reapply using my link. That way you get all the help that you need through this hiring process. Okay, now be sure while you are all doing all of this to join my Facebook group. It's listed down here below. Just go to Facebook and look for VIPKID Teachers Wanted, and that is going to help you find our Facebook group. The group is full of people that are getting hired, asking questions. Maybe they're the same questions that you have, and then we're there to answer your questions. Other people that have gone through the process can answer your questions as well, but I'm on that page every single day helping and answering questions with that. So make sure that you join the Facebook group VIPKID Teachers Wanted. Let's talk about the hiring process with VIPKID. The first thing you're going to do is, using that link I just showed you, you're going to fill out the application for VIPKID. As long as you pass their minimum qualifications, that you have a bachelor's degree, that you have a year of experience with children in any capacity, that could be babysitting, tutoring, teaching, church, anything like that, it all counts. Okay, so as long as you have at least 1 year of experience with children, have that bachelor's degree, you're legally eligible to work in the United States or Canada. You may not live here anymore, but you at least are legally eligible to work here. But then you qualify and you pass that initial application step, and you go to the next step, which is the interview step. Now, there are 3 options within the interview step. Currently there's 4, but one of them is fixing to go away. So the first option is the live interview. This is where you schedule a time with an employee of VIPKID, and they conduct a live interview. In that one, you're going to teach a 10-minute lesson called My Feelings. I have other separate videos for that entire lesson that you can look at here on my YouTube page. And then there's also an option of a recorded interview. That's where you record yourself in the VIPKid classroom, again, teaching that same 10-minute My Feelings lesson. So both of those options are great options, but they do take a little bit more time. So they came out with something that they hope is going to make the process quicker for them as well as for you. And it makes it a lot easier for you as well. So I wanted to tell you about this new option, which is called the Smart Interview. And that's the one that we're going to concentrate on today. So the Smart Interview is done completely on your smartphone, either an Apple or an Android product. Either one will work, but it is done completely on a smartphone, a cell phone. Okay, you're going to go, first thing is you're going to go to the after you fill out the application on the computer, it actually is going to bring up a page that says, want to do the Smart Interview, download our app. And it's got some QR codes there that you can download the app with, or download the apps, or you can just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store on your device and search for VIPKid. It'll be called VIPKid Teacher or VIPKid Teach, either one of those, and download that onto your phone. Then log in to that website using the same email and phone number that you logged in when you submitted your application to begin with VIPKid. So log into the app there, and it's going to have a list there of where you are. And at that point, you should be at the interview step, and it'll say pending there. That means that you just haven't done it yet. Okay, so click on the little arrow beside pending, and it's going to take you to the interview. This is what the actual app looks like from the Play Store. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You'll just click install and then open with this one. Okay, now the great things about the Smart Interview is there's no computer needed. You don't even need a headset. We do use headsets when we teach, but some people are like, I can't go get a headset right now, not when I don't even know if I'm going to get this job. I get that. So you don't need a headset this time. It's going to all be done with your computer. Okay, so with your, or I'm sorry, not your computer, with your phone. They'll use the camera and they'll use the microphone on your phone. So easy peasy there. It's very quick. It's only about 10 minutes total time on the app. You might spend a little bit more time than that outside of it, preparing a couple of simple props or putting together a simple background, but it's very quick. Okay, so you can get it done. You could do it. You could conceivably do it in 10 minutes, but I'm going to give you a few tips that you might spend a little extra time on that can help you out. It's kind of important to do a really good job on this stage, because if you do, this is the stage that determines your salary for at least the next year. So you want to do as well as you possibly can on this step in order to get the highest salary. Okay, now there's only going to be about 2.5 minutes of actual teaching time in this lesson. If you do the live or the recorded one, it's going to be 10 minutes of teaching. But this time, it's only 2.5 minutes of total teaching time, and you may not even take that full 2.5 minutes. Okay, there is no introduction. You're not going to introduce yourself to them. You're just going to start teaching. You're not going to introduce yourself to as if there was a student there. You don't have to use a reward system. If you've watched any other videos about the live interview, you're not going to use a reward system. You do want to have some kind of simple background behind you, or a blank wall. Okay, and I'm talking very simple. Go to Dollar Tree and get a poster with the alphabets or a map or something like that. Just something colorful, something fun, something educational, just something like that that's going to have it. Maybe something with your name on it to put behind you so that it's just a little bit more interesting. If you don't want to do that, just get a blank wall behind you. Okay, that would be fine. Just a blank wall is fine. Or maybe you could use some colored paper that you have and cut out pictures or letter shapes or something like that and put behind you. Make just something simple and educational behind you in order to have that ready. Okay, once you log on to the website on your phone and you go to that demo, the smart interview where it said pending, you're going to click a little arrow beside it, and it will take you to the smart demo lesson. Now, it actually has three parts to it. The first part is you're going to do some reviewing of some material, and then you're going to take a simple 5-question quiz. The quiz is going to be over material that you just read about, and you read maybe they've got some simple short videos that they want you to watch in that preparation material. So the quiz is going to be over over that 5-question quiz is going to be over that material that you just read. Then question 6 in that quiz is going to be you actually recording yourself teaching that 2.5-minute lesson, okay? And I will talk more about exactly what you'll be teaching here in a moment. And then the third step is going to be where you submit your recording, and they show you your score on the quiz, and they submit your recording to be reviewed. Usually you hear something back from that recording within 24 hours. If it's more than 36 hours, you can send an email to them, and I've got the email address a little bit later on it there. Okay, so that's the whole process that you go through there. Now, the first thing, the introduction that you see listed here on this page, that one just tells you about those 3 steps that we take. The real part that I'm going to spend a little bit of time on is the instructions or the material that it has in there, because the reading material that they give you boils down all that we do with VIPKID and all that we do with the teaching style, and it boils it down to 5 key aspects. And these are the things that you really must understand to be able to teach any lesson with VIPKID, but in particular this interview lesson. The first thing that it talks about is lesson objectives. Now, we have lesson objectives for every single lesson that we teach, and we have directions for those lessons that are usually written at the bottom of the slide. That's what you're going to see for now. They're going to be written at the bottom of the slide. On the bottom of every slide, it tells you this is what we want you to teach, and it gives you some vocabulary words or sentences or something like that. Is going to be at the bottom of the slide that tells you this is what I want you to teach. Okay, so make sure that you are looking at those lesson objectives and that you are ready to teach whatever that lesson objective has. Okay, the second key aspect of the teaching for VIPKID is repetition. We repeat over and over and over again, particularly with very low level students. They are learning by repetition, and they must have that repetition over and over again in order to be able to really solidify what they learn. Here in this interview lesson, in this demo, you're going to need to show that repetition. But when we talk about repetition, it's not just where I say the word run, 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 run. Okay, no, what I want me to say it, and then for the student to say it back to me. So anytime I want my student to repeat me, I'm going to point to my mouth and say the word, and then cup my ear. That is their signal for it's your turn to speak back to me. Okay, I'm showing them what I want them to do by doing this. Okay, so in our demonstration that they show you, it has the word run. Okay, so we're going to do this, and they want you to repeat this, the word, just the word that we're learning, at least 2 times. I usually do it way more than that, but at least 2 times. So you say run, run. And then maybe you show a character, a picture of a character, a boy or a girl. It could be a puppet that you have. It could be a stuffed animal that you have. Anything like that. And you go, run. And you show her running. Run. And every time you get them to repeat that back to you. So you say the word by itself at least twice, okay? You use lots of action, which is number 4 that we're going to talk about down here in a moment, but you're using lots of action for the student to get involved with that, okay? So repetition, you're going to repeat those words by themselves at least twice, maybe 3 times or 4 times with their, but at least twice you have to do the words by themselves. Then you can do the sentence and have them repeat the sentence to you at least twice. Again, maybe even more than that. Okay, you've got plenty of time on this one to have them repeat it even more than twice. So repeat the word, the target word, because there are some target words on each one of these slides that we teach in this one, and then repeat the sentence at least twice. Okay. Now, the third thing is speaking, speed, and language. Whenever we're teaching these young children, they're learning a whole new language, and you can imagine what it would be like for you to learn a new language. And if someone just goes with you, you would be lost. Okay. Same thing with these young students. You remember the teacher in Charlie Brown? And she said, wah, 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 wah. That's what they hear if we use too much English. So you have to limit what you say and how fast you say it. We speak very, very slowly for these young children. So if we're teaching the word run, it would be run, run, run. He runs, and then you show a picture of the boy with run. See how slowly I'm speaking there? Now, I'm not saying things like, okay, now let's learn about the word run. Yes, we're going to do, see, this is a picture of a boy, the boy. You see how many words I'm using there? You can't use that many words. You don't have to explain what you're going to teach with English. Just teach it and keep it to just the words that are on the page. That's all you need to use. They don't know more than that. So you can't ask them something, and you can't add more language to this because they do not know that, okay? So making sure you're keeping your speaking speed very slow, and that you are keeping your language very, very restricted, that you're not using any language that's not actually on the page, okay? Now, the next thing is TPR. This is something that we love with VIPKID, and it's total physical response. And that is where we do a motion to get the student to do it back with us. See, it would be boring if I said, run, 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 okay? But if I'm doing run, and I'm showing me running, and I'm showing a character running, okay, then that's more exciting, and it catches their attention, and it helps them understand what we're talking about. So you must use TPR. You must be moving, but more important than you moving, it's getting your student to move. So you want to encourage them. So if you're doing run, and you're saying, run, run, and get them to say it with you and to move with you. You want to show them how to do that as well. So we use TPR all throughout the lesson, through every single page or every single thing that we teach. We're thinking about how can I move and how can I get my student to move, because they do learn more if they are actually moving. The last thing is called modeling. And when we model, we are showing them what we want them to do in the classroom. So whether that be with run, or if that be circling something, okay? And this is something that they talk about in the training material, but it's nowhere in the actual lesson objectives that you see in there. Nowhere in there does it say anything about circling a word, but that's something extra that you could throw in there. You've got 2.5 minutes to teach this one little slide. So you could say circle fun, or circle game, or whatever your target word is on your particular lesson that you're going to teach. So you could have them circle that. But if you do that, you have to show them how you're going to do that. You have to circle it for them. Then you could show your mouse. Circle game. Yes, and maybe you've got the word written on your whiteboard, and you've got the word already written there, so you can then circle that word on it. I should have had that already written on my board, and I forgot to do that. But you've got your word written on the whiteboard, and you could circle that word. Or maybe if you're teaching the word run and runs, or like and likes, play and plays, there's several different ones you could be doing. Maybe you need to underline the S at the end of the verb to emphasize that change in the verb. So all of those could be different things that you could do for that modeling. When we do modeling, we always use this pattern. I do it, then we do it together, and then the student does it by themselves. So when you do something like that, when you are saying, um, the game is fun, that's me doing it. That's I do. Then when I get my student to say it back and forth with me, the game is fun. The game is fun. Then that is when we are doing it. I did it, then we did it. Then I want my student to do it on their own. And again, this is something that is not really in the lesson objectives of each one of these slides that you may be teaching, but I would like you to add it in there. All you see, there's going to be, we think there are about 6 different lesson slides that you might be teaching. Every person that does this SMART interview is given a different slide to teach. So maybe you and your friend are going through the same process at the same time. You might end up with one that has the word the game is fun, and your friend might have one that says I like soccer, or he likes soccer and she likes ping pong. Okay, there's different slides there. So in the modeling, what you can do is you take whatever your target sentence was that you were teaching this student and ask a simple question, that whatever your sentence is, that's the answer to the question. So in the case of the game is fun, after they're very good at repeating the game is fun, woo, the game is fun, okay, then you could say, is the game fun? Yes, the game is fun. See, that target sentence that I taught is now the answer to my question. So maybe if you're doing the one that has, he likes to play soccer, then you could say, does he like to play soccer? Yes, he likes to play soccer. If you're doing he runs or he plays, there's a couple of different ones there. You could say, who plays? He plays. Who plays? She plays. So take that and take your target sentence. Once they're really, really good at the target sentence, turn it into a question and ask that question where all they have to do is repeat that same target sentence that they've learned. Okay, that is not in the teacher directions. It's not in those lesson objectives, but it's something that they don't tell you they're looking for it, but they're looking for it. They want you to extend beyond what there is actually on the slides. They want you to extend just a little bit, okay? Not too far, just a little bit, but they do want you to extend beyond what's actually on the slides. Oh, yay! I love allergies. Okay, now let's talk about this quiz. So those 5 aspects that we just talked about, the 5 aspects of becoming a teacher, let's go back and review those again, okay? Make sure you know the lesson objectives and you teach all of the lesson objectives. So read through those directions. There's one slide that has something about reviewing. And that review, that's the only one that I've seen that has review. So just make sure, if it's got it in those teacher directions down there at the bottom, make sure you cover the entire lesson objective. Repetition, repeat those words by themselves at least 2 times, maybe more than that. Then repeat the sentences several times, okay? Then you can ask a simple question and get them to give you the sentence back as the answer. Make sure you're using a very slow speaking speed and you're using appropriate language. You're not going to use tons of other language. You know, there's one of their videos that talks about that when they talk about this, where there's a slide there that says he has a tablet, she has a tablet, or they have a tablet. And it's not going to be, oh, look at that really cool iPad. Isn't that neat that he has an iPad? No, you're not going to say all that. Okay, keep it to just the words on the screen other than using that simple sentence. Okay, lots and lots of TPR. Move, 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 move. Okay, and then modeling, where you're going to model what you want for them to do. So if you want them to circle a word, you show them on your whiteboard that you're going to circle that word, or whatever it is that you want them to do. If you want them to show you this, you're going to model run or fun, woo, and you're doing something silly with fun, or you've got a fun prop like something like this, fun, woohoo, or maybe you have a soccer ball if you've got the slide on he likes to play soccer, all kinds. Or you've got a tablet if you have the slide that says tablet. All of these things might be possibilities that you would have. So all of those are the ways you're going to use that TPR and that modeling. All right, now you go to the quiz. It's going to, and it will tell you, after you've read through all the material, then it will have something that says start the demo lesson. And when you hit that, it's going to take you into this 5-question quiz. You have 90 seconds to answer each question. They're very simple, but yet they can be a little tricky. So just be very careful how you read them, and don't just jump at the first answer that you think it might be, because they can sometimes be worded just a little tricky. So just be very careful of that one. But you have 90 seconds to answer it. And if you don't answer it within that 90 seconds, it counts it as wrong and just moves you on to the next question. So answer those 5 questions, and the 5 questions are going to be on those same 5 aspects that we just talked about. And then question 6 of the quiz is where you're actually going to record you teaching a slide. Now, as I've already said, there is the run slide, which has, he runs, it runs, she runs, they run. That what is shown there. And when I went through this, because I wanted to understand what you guys were going to go through, so I went through this on my own. With another email that I had set up. I went through this, and I thought I was going to be teaching the run slide. Well, I watched the video of the guy doing the run, and he had his little whiteboard here and had it all set up. So I thought, okay, great. I was all ready for that one. And then when I clicked the one for me to start doing my recording, lo and behold, it is a completely different slide. And so what I found is that they have about, from what we understand, about 6 different slides that they want you to teach. And over here, I've got a whole list of all the different ones that we know of that have different questions and different answers. And I've already talked about some of those. So just know that any one of these is possible. Okay, once you figure out which one you have, it's not going to immediately start recording when you hit that thing about doing your own. It's not going to immediately start recording. It's going to put the slide at the top of your screen on your phone, and then at the bottom of the screen is going to be where your video shows up, okay? And it's not going to start recording until you hit the little red button that shows recording, and then the timer is going to start counting down, but it's not going to start recording until you push record. Okay, so make sure that you are ready for that. Once you figure out which slide you have, maybe you will grab your whiteboard and you'll write the words here. So maybe if you've seen this in some of the videos in the materials that they had you read through, how they had maybe the different verb conjugations, or like when I came into this, I had the one that had fun and game, and the game is fun. So I wrote on my board, fun, game, and then the sentence, the game is fun, at the bottom of it. So whichever one you have, that's what you're going to write onto your board. If you have the like one, he likes and she likes, then you would maybe just you would have he and then likes here, she and likes here. It's up to you how much you want to put on your board, but do have some kind of prop with that. Okay, and then some kind of something, even if it's just a print out of a ball or something, a tablet, even if it's a picture of a tablet, if you don't have an actual tablet, but have something to use as a prop with that one. Okay, now a couple of tips that they do give you on the thing, and this information is directly from theirs. You need really great lighting. Okay, overhead light as well as coming from the sides. Really good lighting, because if the kids cannot see you, they can't see how is she making that strange shape and that strange sound with her mouth. If they can't see you, then they can't tell. So make sure you have great lighting. Make sure that when you center your picture in there, you want it to pick you up from about your shoulders up to the top of your head. So you don't want to be way back. You don't want to be too close, because you want plenty of room to be able to move. Okay, they'll make sure that you cover all the lesson objectives, use the appropriate language and the speaking speed, make the class interesting, lots of action, lots of TPR with that, and getting your student to repeat it back to you and to do those actions with you. And then show the learner how to complete a task and how to answer your questions before you ask the learner to do anything. So I'm not going to ask the question, is the game fun, until I've already taught them the answer. The game is fun. Okay, so I'm not going to ask that question until they're very, very good at giving me the answer with that one. Okay, and then a few other things is make sure that you've studied the lesson objectives on the bottom of the slide, that you use all of them. Prepare your whiteboard with the target vocabulary, the sentences, lay out any props that you want to do. Make sure that you look at it and go, how can I move? And how can I get my student to move for them to understand this lesson? Repeat the words by themselves at least twice with TPR, and then also using the sentence as well. Okay, then that simple thing about the extension, ask a sentence that you can use that target sentence with it. When you're ready, hit the record button. Now, I will say one thing, that if you hit the record button, or if you are in the middle of the quiz or anything like that, and your phone rings for some reason, be sure and hit the home button on the app, or you will have to start the whole thing over again and do the quiz over again. Okay, so once you're finally ready, hit record and start teaching. You've got 2.5 minutes to teach, and you can finish a little early, but try not to be too early. Go to at least 2 minutes, and then after you finish, you hit stop, and you can either hit the back arrow button where it lets you redo it, and you can redo it as many times as you want to, or you can hit the button that says submit. Once you submit it, it's going to take you to an analytics page that's going to tell you which of the questions you got right or you got wrong, and it'll lead you back to doing a little bit more reading about that. You should get a response from VIPKID with this within 24 hours. If you don't get it within 36 hours, you can email this email address that you see down here, teachvip@vipkid.com.cn, and ask them, hey, I sent in my smart demo and I haven't heard back from you, and they can do that. Okay, if you don't pass, you can redo it, or you can just apply again with a new email address and a phone number, and just start the process over again. Okay, so I'm looking forward to helping you with this. If you have any questions, please be sure and find me on the Facebook group VIPKID Teachers Wanted, or on my website VIPKidTeachersWanted.com, or you can email me. My email address is teacherpenny VIPKid@gmail.com. I look forward to working with you and helping you through the process. Again, if you have not applied yet, be sure and use my link right here, or add my code to your account so that I can help you through the process more. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.